All right, so my prediction was spot on with the Thomas Dulorme versus Hank Lundy fight. I believe I predicted Thomas Dulorme to win by split decision. That's exactly what happened. You know, once again, I said in my prediction video that it's hard for me to get a read on Hank Lundy. He's probably the only guy in boxing that when I watch him, I come away from the fight not fully confident that I know exactly what this motherfucker's about. And it's no different in this fight. I mean, he comes in there, he gets knocked down in the first round. Granted, the head, I think the punch was illegal. It looked like it was behind the head. It was a hook behind the head. But at the same time, he's on the inside slugging. He's leaving himself vulnerable to something like that to happening. So I believe it was a good call by the ref, regardless of it being illegal. It was a knockdown to me, but it wasn't a legal punch. But he's in there like he has no defense on the inside. And then at other times, he's fighting on the outside, and he's getting caught by straight right hands. There was one that was beautiful. I think it was round 4, so don't quote me, but he's standing on the outside doing exactly what I said he should not do. Try to fight Thomas Dulorme from the outside because of his lack of a reach advantage. He's doing it. Thomas Dulorme is peppering him with a jab. He throws a straight at Dulorme. Doesn't get there. Dulorme comes right behind with his straight and knocks the shit out of him. I mean, the punch was like, wah, like real loud. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he in the first half of the fight, he was doing exactly what he shouldn't have been doing. But then the second half, he started doing exactly what I said he should have been doing, and that's applying pressure. I don't even want to say the second half. He probably started doing it from round 7 or round 6 forward. It was only a 10-round fight. But that's what he had to do, man. He had to apply pressure. I said in my prediction video, Thomas Dulorme is susceptible to pressure. That's how Luis Carlos Abregu beat him, and that's how Hank Lundy would have been able to beat him. Now, the scorecards were a little close. I only had Hank Lundy winning like 3 rounds, I believe. I got to go back and watch the fight. 3 or 4 rounds I had him winning. I had Thomas Dulorme winning 7 to 6 rounds. So Hank Lundy winning a scorecard is not something that I would agree with. But I mean, he made it an interesting fight in the second half of the fight. The deal with Hank Lundy, man, he has all the heart in the world. Like I said, dude is hungry, man. Like, you throw a steak at this motherfucker, man, he gonna eat that shit to the bone in 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? He's hungry as fuck. But he don't have the skills to match his hunger. He don't have the intelligence to match his hunger. And I can't stand this fucking trainer, and that's a whole nother video, man. I'm gonna get on that. Because apparently Austin Trout, I read on an article last week, Austin Trout is working with his trainer. I don't like how he trains. He's probably a cool ass cat to chill with, talk boxing with, all of that. But Barry Hunter, Mike Stafford, you know, Mike Stafford is Adrian Broner's trainer. That crew right there, they're amateur trainers, man. They're not ready for the professional level. They are not going to take anyone high in the professional level. They'll have some of the best amateur fighters in the world because they're perfectionists at amateur boxing. But when they try to translate that to professionals, they're going to consistently fail, man. I think Hank Lundy needs a new trainer. Shit, he's perfect for Robert Garcia. I actually don't really like the Robert Garcia-Thomas Dulorme relationship. I think Thomas Dulorme's style is a little different from what Robert Garcia tries to train his fighters to do. But it works for them. So it didn't work for them in the Luis Carlos Abregu fight, but it works for him. I think Hank Lundy is perfect for what Robert Garcia tries to get his fighters to do. Robert Garcia and Freddie Roach will be great trainers. And I'm drawing blank right now, but Andre Ward's trainer, he will be great for what Hank Lundy tries to do. So I think he needs a new trainer. I think Barry Hunter's taking him as far as he's gonna go. I mean, he still fights like an amateur. He has all the heart in the world, but he's still an amateur, and that's why he can't. That's why he loses fights he should win. That's why sometimes you see his skill being optimized, and he wins fights that he possibly should lose, a la the Jose Olasigan fight. That's why he's so inconsistent. He doesn't have the right. He doesn't have the right corner crew. So, good win for Thomas Dulorme. I do see I see flaws in this cat. He's good, but I see some flaws, man. I see some flaws. He needs to pick that shit up. Learn how to fight under pressure and learn how to fight on your back foot. Because when you get to the elite, it's gonna be a different story, man. They're gonna put you to sleep, bro. So let's move along to David Lemieux, Gabriel Rosado. Now, Gabriel Rosado, man, he just can't get away from being tough. It's just in his blood. He's a Philly native, man. He can't get away from being tough. I said he needed to use the outside, and when he used the outside, that's where he had the best showing. David Lemieux. Let me get to this real quick. I like David Lemieux. Me and my homie were watching the fight, and we was like, God damn, for every punch this motherfucker was throwing, man. But please stop calling him the next Mike Tyson. He is not the next Mike Tyson. And I'm going to tell you why right now. The reason why he's not the next Mike Tyson is because he has absolutely zero, and I repeat, zero head movement. Which Mike Tyson are we talking about? The one that got knocked out by, what's that motherfucker's name? McBride? Are we talking about that Mike Tyson? Are we talking about the Mike Tyson that his neck was stiff against Lennox Lewis? Are we talking about that Mike Tyson? Or are we talking about the fucking 80s, early 90s Mike Tyson? If we talking about that one, he's nowhere near that motherfucker. Okay? David Lemieux is susceptible to the jab, and he is susceptible to the straight cross, man. A boxer who's good at alleviating pressure, right? Stand on the outside, just throwing combination punches. He will eat up David Lemieux. Now, granted, Mike Tyson was susceptible to the jab. That's how Buster Douglas was beating him. He kept a jab in his face. He was susceptible to the jab, right? But see, you had to be masterful with that jab. Buster Douglas, though he was somewhat of a scrub, he had one of the best jabs in the business at that time. Go back and watch his fights. He had a great jab. He just couldn't put things together with it. That was his problem. That's why he lost a lot of bouts. But against Mike Tyson, and I know a lot of people believe Mike Tyson had a lot of shit on his mind with the whole Robin Givens issue and being called out in front of Barbara Walters and shit. He still lost the fight, man. He still lost the fight. Buster Douglas put together great combinations, starting off with the jab against Mike Tyson. Excellent jab. But let's talk about other fighters that had great jabs that Mike Tyson fought, and they couldn't get to him. Larry Holmes tried. Michael Spinks tried. Tony Tucker tried. You know what I'm saying? None of these motherfuckers could outbox Mike Tyson because he's weaving side to side while he's attacking you at like 99 miles per fucking hour, dog. This motherfucker you couldn't even see this cat. Man, I tell you what, if a motherfucker like Mike Tyson, with Mike Tyson's power, was weaving towards me that goddamn fast, I'm gonna shoot the motherfucker. I'm not even gonna box him, I'm gonna shoot him. You know what I'm saying? That shit is ridiculous, man. David Lemieux don't have that ability. I didn't see this motherfucker weave not one time. Not one time. I didn't see his head moving not one fucking time. I didn't see him dip at the waist and come up with hooks not one time. I saw him planting his feet. I saw him crouched over a little bit, but he's not dipping. Mike Tyson used to dip to the goddamn mat and come back up with a left hook on the inside. David Lemieux doesn't do that. So stop fucking calling him Mike Tyson or the new Mike Tyson. It's not valid. Now, he is good though. Very good. I was very impressed by his performance. I mean, he goes in the inside and he's winging shots and you can hear them motherfuckers. And when that don't even land flush, you can still hear him. Dude has amazing power and he's got some good speed along with that power. I want to see him fight Gennady Golovkin right now. Fuck all the bullshit. Fuck all the pre-talk. Fuck all the he ain't fought nobody. Fuck all the Golovkin needs to fight someone elite. Fuck all that. Cause Golovkin, he's already made it clear he don't want no piece of Andre Ward. He already made that shit clear. We ain't gonna see the fight everyone really wants to see. See, they trying to push this bullshit that everybody really wants to see Golovkin versus Cotto. I don't want to see that bullshit. Cotto ain't no full-fledged 160 pounder. He ain't no 160 pounder. That motherfucker is 147 to 150 motherfucking 4, and he fought a crippled motherfucker and took his belt. I don't want to see that. They keep pushing, Golovkin versus Canelo. Now, that's a better matchup, but Canelo's green and everyone knows it. And all of Canelo's fights where he was stepping up against the competition, he practically lost. I thought he lost to Austin Trout. I thought he lost to Erislandy Lara. And he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Okay? Fuck what I think. Let's go to what's official. He barely beat Austin Trout. He barely beat Erislandy Lara. And he lost to Floyd Mayweather. So it still looks bad either way. Right? What makes you think he's going to do good against Gennady Golovkin? Golovkin is a fucking machine, man. Granted, those three guys are different styles from Golovkin. But you got to also remember, Golovkin is in a different weight class than Canelo Alvarez. But there is the anomaly that Canelo, he weighs in at like 170 something and shit for his 154 pound fights when he rehydrates. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I don't want to. It's an intriguing matchup, but it's not something that's on my radar. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, I'll watch it. But I'm not asking for it. I want this motherfucker to fight Andre Ward or now David Lemieux. And I think Golovkin can beat David Lemieux. But that's a fucking excellent fight. Let's test Golovkin's chin. Let's test his chin. Stop fighting the motherfucking Matthew Macklins and motherfucking Daniel Gills. Daniel Gill? Let's stop that shit, man. I want to see his chin tested. Anyway, I made this video longer than I expected. Great wins for Thomas Dulorme and David Lemieux. I can't wait to see David Lemieux in the ring again. I actually would like to see him fight Peter Quillin too. I think he knocks Peter Quillin out. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Do what you do under the video, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.